Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happening in the city of Osogbo today is the Osun Tech Summit live at Adulak Event Center. And guess what? This is brought to you by Matador Leadership Institute and the US Consulate.
And of course, in partnership with the Palm Academy and the Oracle Academy.
Alright, I go by the name Femi Vibes, aka the Vibes Machine, and with me is
Debbie.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what expectations are this morning, but guess what? It's going to be a wow. I have a lot of things I'm taking away from here because today as well, we are having the grand finale of the Osun Girls Can Code. So don't touch the die. See you soon.
So I'm with two of the girls that just participated in the concluded Osun Girls Can Code. They're from Gulf International School. Can we get to know you? What's your name?
My name is Ajalu Adarasim and I'm from Gulf International School.
What about you? What's your name?
My name is Okore Daniela. I'm from Gulf International School.
Okay, so you guys are obviously in uniform. Are you going to be presenting today?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so where Osun State is right now, where do you see Osun State in the next 5 years in the technology space?
I see Osun State in a higher place. Osun State can become one of the biggest or best states in the country. In fact, I don't only see Osun State being the best. I see Nigeria moving forward.
Wow, okay. What about you?
I see Osun State in a higher place in the next 5 years and also Nigeria.
Okay, that's beautiful. So what are you expecting from the event today?
I'm expecting a lot. I have confidence that I'm here to win.
Oh, that's beautiful. What about you?
We are expecting a lot and we pray that we may also win.
Okay, thank you so much for honoring the red carpet. Here are two lovely girls from our Taoja School of Science. What's your name, darling?
Olabi Fatia.
Okay, what about you?
Lawala Ishat.
Okay, that's beautiful. So you just participated in the concluded Osun Girls Can Code. Can you tell me what your experience was like?
It was really interesting and cool.
Okay, what about you?
It was so interesting because I've learned so much about coding and programming.
Okay, that's nice. Hearing that, do you think that you can actually go into a career in tech?
Yes.
That's beautiful. What about you?
Yes, I wish to enhance the girls to also get involved in it.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you so much for honoring the red carpet.
Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Femi Vibes, and with me here is.
My name is Rita.
Wow, nice meeting you, ma'am. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a graphics designer and I'm a graduate of agricultural science.
Oh, I'm coming for class very soon. Alright, so how did you get to know about Osun Tech Summit?
Yeah, through social media, WhatsApp, from the group chat.
Social media, it's a WhatsApp group chat. Awesome. Alright, so what's your expectation from here today?
Well, I'm hoping to network and learn more about the new technology and all.
Okay, before you leave, can I ask one more question? What social media platform do you use the most?
I use WhatsApp most times.
WhatsApp most times. Alright, I'm looking forward to seeing you after the event and to know if you have actually met your expectation. Thank you very much, ma'am. See you inside.
Aditya Oluwapo.
Okay, Oluwapo, is that fine by you? So what do you do basically?
I'm a web and graphic designer, also a digital marketer.
Awesome and beautiful. So how do you get to know about Osun Tech Summit?
I got to know through a friend.
Through a friend. Do you mind sharing the name?
Yeah, Esther.
Alright, no problem. Alright, so what's your expectation from here today? What will be your expectation from here today?
Yeah, it's a tech summit, so I expect networking with like minds and broadening my knowledge of tech.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so thank you very much. Sean Jacobs in the building. I'm not going to wait for you to mention your name yourself. I will do that myself. How are you doing this morning, sir?
Very good, very good.
Okay, I know you have a lot to say, but real quick, what's your expectation from Osun Tech Summit today, sir?
I think that for me it's going to be mind-blowing. I just pray that people make the most of it. Like if everybody gathered here would make the most of whatever it is that they'll be learning, they take away from here, Osun State will be better for it and ultimately Nigeria.
Okay, so what's your picture for Osun State in the next 5 years if technology is used effectively?
Honestly, I think that everything will change from infrastructure to the way we just begin to see each other. The opportunity for me is not even for younger guys that are already tech-minded. It's for those, what I call agbole.
Okay.
How that would help them Recently, I know somebody who went to one of those places to give them COVID-19 stuffs, and she did not believe that there were still people living there.
Wow.
For me and you, there's still a better life. There's still options. There are still things that we see. But for those people, they don't even know what their ABCs would be. So if technology would take over Osun State, the best thing that will happen is even far beyond me and you, it will go for those people.
Wow, awesome. In less than 30 seconds, he has done justice to what I asked him. Thank you very much, Mr. Sean Jacobs. Thank you for joining me. Yes. See you access Tasty Bites. Ukpo. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good, I'm fine.
All right, can we meet you?
Yes, my name is Access Adeboye.
Okay, and how do you get to know about Osun Tech Summit?
Actually, my mom owns a school, so the students over there, they've been disturbing me and messaging me that I should be around for today's program.
Wow, awesome. So the student brought you here. So what's your expectation after today's event?
Definitely to know more about technology, to know how I can use technology to my own advantage.
All right, this is beautiful. Thank you for coming and thank you for obeying your students who brought you here. See you inside and see you after the event. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it's been a beautiful time with you on the red carpet. From Femi Vibes and
Debbie.
we say see you after the event. Thank you.
We'll start this event with the national anthem, after which we'll be taking the anthem of the state of Osun, Osun State Anthem. So please, I'd like us to rise as we take the national anthem. Several schools are here present. Several schools have been working on projects for the past few months, and they will be pitching those projects to us today. But what is Osun Tech Summit about? And what is Osun Girls Can Code about? Today we'll be having two hosts for the panel session, and I'll be introducing the hosts, after which the panelists will be introduced. A warm round of applause for her as she takes her seat, Fumi Shodipe. Our next panelist is Miss Ige Favor Oluwatomi Singh. And then we'll take the introduction of our panelists.
Ayobami Adebayo. Ayobami is currently the Senior Product Manager at Cashbody Nigeria. He has ample experience in managing a mix of projects, programs, and products from idea to market stage and scale them to become profitable and impactful. Meet Ido Kayode Elvis. Elvis is a well-seasoned business development expert with over 5 years of experience in consulting and providing advisory services for small, medium businesses across different sectors in Nigeria. Meet Favorite Jome. Favorite Jome is a technical blogger at Hushnode, where he shares his ideas on things surrounding the web. His skills are HTML, CSS3, JavaScript, and responsive design. He's a computer science student at Redeemers University. He specializes in front-end web development and technical writing. He's also the lead front-end developer at RunTech Space, a technology community in Redeemers University that provides an opportunity for students to learn and experience the creation of solutions to real-world problems around them. Please make welcome, with a standing ovation, your panelists.
Because computer science and technology is broad. So, like once you have a passion, then you know where you want to go to, then you can start pursuing that line. There are so many resources out there for free. You don't even have to pay for anything at this moment. YouTube is there. It's also a great resource. Yes.
Thank you very much. So he made mention of focus. If you have passion, there's so much area you can specialize in tech. So you should find a particular niche to focus on and then build on your skills. There are resources available free of charge. Once you have data, you could get it at your own. Thank you very much, everyone. Nigeria, the next person we're going to use. It's a really great opportunity to have Osun girls can code, especially from this young age. I think all the students here should actually give a round of applause for these also programs that we brought together. Because mathematics is growing so much in the western part of the world, and people are even aware about it. You would hear about people from like 8 years old that have not been able to code, although it's not really very common to see that in this part of the world. But it's so great to see that at secondary school, I wish I had this opportunity. Obviously, I won't be where I am right now. But it's so great to know that even at secondary school, they can understand, they can learn. What would you say you see the future of Osun State in tech?
All right, good morning. Good morning. Are we fighting? Good morning. So the question is, why I'm helping you to rephrase it. Why do we have to do that? What is the future of tech? I should say, I like saying this everywhere I go, that I'm full-fledged Osun State. I got into Osun when I was in primary 1. opportunities. But if everybody decides to run away, who will make things happen in your own place? For me, charity begins at home. And as a major stakeholder, who have also been interested in what government does, what government doesn't do, what citizens do, what they don't do, I see the gap is so wide. Because if you're saying that Nigeria has that gap of technology, right? When you now come to a state like Osun State, you say we have the gap. So it's not one gap. It may even be up to 5 gaps. Because what seems to be the thing you go for young persons there is child versus school. They talk about the law, whichever one you can go. When you're done with school, they make you think that the choice is on the streets. You pick one of the jobs and then you say, okay, I'm starting working. If you don't belong to that category, you belong to the category of the people who are always clapping for politicians. So the bit of ambition for them is to be the PA to one essay to another PA. And you would just see that it's something that has ensured that many things that young people in this state can have access to, they do not have access to. So we can't keep talking about Osun is this, Osun is that, because every time we say Osun is this, Osun is that, we're talking about ourselves. Because the question will be, why are you in Osun? You cannot make the thing you're campaigning about happen in Osun State. So we looked at it. There are some persons that we use resettlement to them. If you introduce sets of them at a younger age, it's easier for them to grow at that age and they build on it. Some of us did not really know anything about that until later in life. I'm still young, child. You don't think that I'm old, but you know there are different categories of young and old. So if we were deprived of some opportunities, we should be the reason the ones who are younger are deprived of the same opportunities. And that's why we thought, what are we able to do? That's one of the things that birthed Osun Girls Can Go. I must also say that Osun Girls Can Go is just one out of many things that we do for teenagers and secondary school kids. Because it's all about ensuring that we secure the future. If you want to secure the future, the place to start is from that young age, where they grow to become more responsible and productive in the society.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Really, this Osun Girls Can Go, you can see how it's going to impact the future, because where we are right now, they are going to start from there and taking off at an early stage. That means in 10 years' time, where we are is where they will have surpassed it. Thank you very much, sir. I'm moving on to Ivan, please. Could you there's so many product managers these days. Almost everybody is a product manager. It's one thing that many people like to say, oh, I'm a product manager. But as a product manager, how could you make yourself unique and stand out among so many product managers?
Thank you for that question. The first question you asked, something came to mind, and it's now related to this question you asked. And what came to mind is product management for you, right? My mom studied careers and counseling, so I kind of read some of the materials. I learned about personality tests, all of those psychology, meditation, and all of that. So there is also another thing I stumbled on called Ikigai. It's a Japanese concept called the reason for being. It's a test you can use just to determine what you like to do, what is the word you really love, and all of that. And the reason why I was creating all of these anchor points is to really be sure that what you are doing is what you should at least do, right? Now, what makes you unique as a product manager among all of us is knowing yourself, because that's the origin of wisdom, right? To say, okay, am I an introvert or an extrovert or an ambivert, right? Do I generate ideas and see them through to solving them? Am I good with research? Am I good with analysis? Right? Am I good with data? Do I have an eye for details and design? Right? Because product management at times, so the way some people start with product management is because they're able to do a lot of stuff. Right? Oh, I value access information. I value use this. I value use that. Right? So we are able to operate in multiple situations, right? So if that kind of person that likes to focus on just one thing, and you can't handle a lot of stuff, right? You might not be able to do that manager, right? So you need to know what sets you apart. All of these things matters, and you need to also see the people that are doing better out there and follow their footpath, right? So to answer the question in this sentence is to understand who you are and your uniqueness, right? And match it with what stands in front of your house. Once you see that you have all of that, you always excel in your own.
Thank you very much. So you need to know your own skills and what is next to you, and then know you can build on to set you apart amongst many. Thank you for sharing light with us. Elvis, please, you during the conference, I'm sure you met some innovators. Could you identify the major challenges that are similar across these innovators?
First thing first is that at Maven, we have two types of innovators. We have those in the university community, which is like what we like to focus more on at Maven. And you have the innovators, people just building amazing stuff. And the problem is it's not peculiar to just Osun State or if it's a general thing. And first thing first is that innovators fall in love too much with their ideas and less than the market. So oftentimes when you have this conversation with founders and innovators, you realize that the last thing they do is to understand the market. Because eventually the market will always win, regardless of how innovative the idea is. So that's why from the university community, for example, you have a lot of people trying their hands on amazing stuff while in school. And then when they're done, just go on to join Goldman Sachs, Google, Microsoft, Paystack, we've had a number of them. And that's simply because not every innovator will be a founder. There are two different parts. Some people call them intrapreneurs. So they are like entrepreneurs within an organization. They make things happen for other people. And there are also people that will make things happen for themselves. And it's very difficult to say that, oh, this is the definite formula to figure it out. Eventually, everybody learns. You understand? So one general problem is not understanding the market. Yes, you can write the codes, you can design the wireframes, you can design the products, but who would buy it? Who would pay for it? Who would use the product? So understanding the market. And also funding. Funding is a general problem. Everybody has that problem. The funds they are concentrated in one part. So you don't have too many players. There are not too many people that want to give you money to build stuff. You understand? So, and Sapa is really these days. So people can really persevere. It was easier to persevere 6-7 years ago. It's the truth. Now, to persevere is really hard. Developers are expensive, designers are expensive, even product managers are expensive. The market itself is expensive. So if there's really no money to build, there's really not much you can do. So understanding the market and really funding, those are like the two major things. Every other thing is mostly available, but those two things are still very solid problems that needs to be solved.
Okay, thank you very much. From what you said, that means that even if you have the idea and it's not very suitable for the markets, that is, if you're building on something that is not maybe user-friendly, it's not going to make that much in the market, and that means it will frustrate the ideas of the innovators. That's one of the challenges. What do you think we can do about the funding part of it? What are the solutions for innovators?
So that was the first thing you said. So sometimes it's not only about the market, it's also about the time. So there are things that have happened. I'll give you an example. The fintech space. Take off on the likes of Interswitch, Flutterwave, and Paystack that have made life a lot more easier for many of us to now build. So there are different stages in the industry, you know, the infancy, the early stage, and then the very maturity stage. So sometimes be sure that your product has the support it needs in that particular industry. Now to talk about funding, I mean there have been many conversations and discussions about these things. And see, we really can't talk about funding for startups without talking about the Nigerian economy itself. Because people are very reluctant in what they put their money on now because nothing is sure. We work in a very dynamic market. We use a lot of vibes and shower in Nigeria. I'm serious. Yes, there are data, but how available is that data? How accessible is that data? And how can we even predict that data? So in other markets, you know that will be in the next 5 years. So you can plan yourself towards that angle in terms of investment. So who to write checks for? Or focus on this industry or focus on that industry. But here in Nigeria, everybody gets it at any time. You're building today and tomorrow, CBN releases a directive that just kills everything you're doing. Investors' money is gone until you can figure it out, you understand? So also we need more players. State governments taking active role. It's not just SME traders anymore. 10,000 competitive traders, yes, it's not a lot, but it won't really eat the issues we're having. This money goes a long way to building your next startup. I'm a recipient of the Tony Foundation Seed Capital, and I know how much that we played in May when we get into where it is today, and then a number of other startups like that. So if you have more active players like that, bringing in funding for builders at different levels and at different stages of their growth, then you can actually address this. It's a very big problem that, I mean, the deficit is there over 20 years, but we can always start from somewhere.
All right, thank you very much. Well, we have very well. Now, Nigeria, please continue the conversation. It's just went ahead. How do you feel private organizations could help in speeding up the growth of tech in Osun State?
We're still stuck in the old idea of education of 1990, 1995, that you don't even think that there's a need to invest heavily in what defines education in the 21st century. It's amazing that when you come into our schools this age of time, SS3 students, a lot of them cannot even operate a computer. And how do they compete favorably? But what do we have? We have companies who are more interested in entertainment events rather than educational programs. And until we are able to reorder our priority as a people, we will keep talking about that gap of ICT development. Because when we say ICT development, it's just one aspect that we're mentioning. You'll also see that when you move away from ICT development, you'll see that there's nothing called critical thinking embedded in the educational system. It's just small, like cram, like war. If your teacher writes it, you don't write it the way the teacher writes it, you really get the mark. Like, you don't even encourage any creative thinking. So it's a systemic problem. So we can't really say STEM education alone. It's a societal problem that we must address. The syllabus must be reworked to favor the guys who are coming up in this nation. It's not everyone again who have the access that some of us actually have. It's a privilege that some people can speak English like this and say, okay, I got this opportunity to do this, to do that. How about those kids who are in the rural communities who will still be using lantern to read, to pass? Sometimes when we talk, we're talking from, so when I'm saying we're talking from a privileged position, I'm not saying that myself now. Some people are more privileged than some people. But yes, it's still a position of privilege that you will say, I saw this opportunity in Ghana, in South Africa, in Kenya, and I'm able to make the best use of it. A lot of people don't even know the meaning of opportunity, talk yourself where to find it. So it's important that when we order our priorities, we also think more about the future than the now, because if we think more about the future, we'll also look at how to ensure that we create systems that will make the younger generation have more access than what we would ever corporate colleagues will also know that it's not about profit, because apologies, I'm going to say this. It's because they feel that the critical mass of the Nigerian youthful population don't have sense, that they don't want to invest in sensible programs. If we can prove that we have sense and we would buy sensible things, they will also invest in it. So we need to also first challenge ourselves away from what government has provided, find the path to progress for yourself, because we can't keep complaining. There's something that I always say, that my life is my responsibility. So, and the decision to be successful or to fail is mine to make. And if I choose to be successful, that means I must walk on the path that will lead to success. When you walk on that path that leads to success, you will then also find a way to show other people that same path that leads to success. There's no big manism in I'm doing well and I'm in a messy society. I'm in a society that is not working. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Conversation on changing the system as we go.
Sorry, a quick one.
Okay.
A quick one. This is like an international TV show. So please don't ever be told people we know that show. Clap when people finish talking.
Thank you very much. We're about to round up this conversation. February, could you share light on the challenges you face? You're a student and you're also handling so many other things. Could you help enlighten us on these challenges so that secondary school, when you go to university, they're already aware of this and they can come up with solutions and how you're managing it? Please, quickly, about 1 minute.
Okay, so I guess I'm also privileged to have access to some things like laptop, internet, and yes, so my parents have been very helpful in this area. So as for some of the challenges I face, would be electricity. So yes, while in school, even at school, we still have electricity issues. And time. There's no time. There's not enough time. There's no really enough time, right? But then you have to make time for what you have to do. There's never going to be enough time until you make time for what you really want to learn. Yes, you have to go to classes, do a lot of schoolwork, but then if you are interested in a certain field, then you should create time for it. Because I know some students like myself say, oh, there's no time for this, there's no time for this. Yeah, but I know there are times like you do other things, activities that you could have done something else. So you have to just decide and know exactly what you want to do. So I think one of the major issue is just time management.
Okay, so you have to prioritize what you need to do at a specific time to be able to achieve. So while we're running this up, please, I'll just like each speaker kindly shine tell us where many here, the beginners, intermediates, and also our experts here. Could you just enlighten us on what we as individuals can do to help fast-track technological advancements in Osun State? Yes, please go ahead. Thank you. In about 30 seconds, please.
Okay, thank you. So what I think we can do to fast-track technology adoption, right? Advancement, okay, is seek out opportunities, right? Apply for opportunities, collaborate with people, reach out, right? By the word reach out, at times people might probably think you are a nuisance or you are disturbing the of that. But if you don't ask and knock and press on people, at times things don't come to you.
You get answers.
I was privileged to get my first computer set by participating in the competition. Right, so graduates of the Dietetic organized, right? It was a quiz competition and the result was the computer set because we don't have everyone. That was how I get the tech started, right? So whatever it is share with people, right? And let's give them more and more.
Thank you very much, everyone. Please give a round of applause.
I'll personally digress a bit and say that so tech is not like the easy way out. Because I think a lot of people have that misconception. Strike the other part. And I would also like to say something to innovators and leaders like this standard in Nigeria. It's going to get tougher here in Osun State. And why I say that is the community we see in cities like Lagos and the other active cities, they started the work many years ago. And we're now at our own impasse stage. And we shouldn't get discouraged. Yes, we might see certain participation and involvement that might not come, but we still need to just keep the party going. And for the young ones that are thinking of getting into tech, it's probably going to be the hardest decision you will ever make, but it's very rewarding at the end of the day. It's like one of the most rewarding parts anyone can ever venture into. But it's really hard, it's really difficult, but not impossible. So just keep working, and at some point, if you give up, fine, we find other things. But if you don't give up, you really enjoy the journey.
Alright, thank you so much, Oasis. Please, 30 seconds at least to you, and 90 seconds. Thank you, sir. 30, please.
30 seconds.
Yes, sir.
We'll try.
Thank you.
Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to be more intentional about community building. Community building is not English in the mouth. It is action. It is work in motion. Like one person saying, I'm willing to let go of all the accolades for the sake of the common good. And that we genuinely all come together to say, this is a gap and we must fill the gap. Community building also means you don't come to the table with a mindset of taking advantage of the other people on the table. Because it's easy to speak English, but the reality of it is people come to the table for different reasons. If I'm saying to Elvis now that Elvis, let us get this done, let us get this done. Am I saying to Elvis, let us get this done because I truly believe that when we come together, we're able to achieve a lot more and more people are able to benefit? Or I'm saying to myself that, oh, this fine boy like this, he has this space in Ife. If I talk to him now and let us get this job, that means I will have access to space in Ife when I want to do anything. So there's really no genuine drive for social change. It's just all about WIIFM, we FM, what's in it for me. So as long as it's all about we FM, there will always be a challenge to building a community that can drive technological advancement. And a quick one from what he said, we can't at this stage compare ourselves with places like Lagos. Because if you also look at the investment in the states generally, what percentage of investment is going into ICT? If you have to bring people that are really, really techy, you have to start looking at Abuja, Lagos, and all of those places. And that's why, again, we're not able to get all of the people that we want to get to come to Oshogbo, because the moment we saw that the value is Oshogbo like this, so we must try. Let's fight everything. And for the younger people, the definition of wanting to build a community doesn't start at the point of you thinking you need to build a community. The good things that you keep doing every other time may come in handy at that point when you say you want to build a community. For instance, all the guys who are not from Osun that are here today, they are here today on the altar of personal relationships and investment, value investment over time. And if you want to say you want to do anything, I remember when I told Muiwa about it. Muiwa is from Osun State, but it doesn't work in Osun State. I was so excited about it. But imagine I've been responsible to Muiwa before. And I said, Muiwa, we have to do this in Osun. It's not this land. The last time I wanted to do this. So let us be honest in our drive for social change. Because our country is in dire need of people who would say, I'm willing to let go of self so that we can build a system that works.
Thank you very much, sir. Please allow me to. So let's move beyond personal interests. Let's go beyond what we want, and so that everyone can feel very quick with these. Alright, thank you so much. Thank you very much so very much for this session. Thank you. We learned so much. And I'm sure my helpers will take the next session. I really like to appreciate every one of us that's here for this session. Mr. Elvis, Kayobami, Dayo Nigeria, February. Thank you so much. Please, we can go on to our thank you very much. Thank you so much for your patience. Wonderful audience. Thank you so much.
Remember, this is a two-in-one event. As well, as much as it is the Osun Tech Summit, we also have it as the grand finale of Osun Girls Can Code. And that means this afternoon we will be having presentations from the schools. So students, I need you to start clearing your voices, start warming up because your time has come. The presentations have been broken into two groups. So we have the first set, and then we'll be having the second set. The first set, we have 6 schools in that category. 6 schools in that category. Once we call a school, we expect that all 4 or 5 representatives, as the case may be, will come out. I am sure that you have rehearsed, you have practiced your presentations. So you have 10 minutes for your presentations. First on the list of judges this lovely afternoon, please put your hands together for Muyiwa Babarinde. Please make welcome Bekeme Amasoma. Please put your hands together. For Elvis Idowu Kayode. I want to call the schools. Once we call you, you come forward and you make your presentations. First on the list this afternoon, please make welcome Oasis Royale Academy.
My name is Anma Shaun Oluwakemi from Oasis Royale Academy.
And my name is Arosha Festa from Oasis Royale Academy.
Okay, so we are here today to present our project called Osun Lens. In 2018, the Minister of Education, Malam Adamu, stated that education is a bedrock in the development of every country. And any country that fails to educate its population is bound to fail. When we were thinking about creating Osun Lens, we thought of solving a major problem in the society. Then we realized that there was a frequent increase in the amount of adults illiterate in the country. So we thought that, the main way we can solve this problem was to create an app that would make it easy for people to actually educate themselves and for people to have peer-to-peer learning.
Osun Lens is an app created mainly to reduce the amount of adult illiterates in Nigeria and in other countries. It's an app made to make topics and subjects simpler to people, that if you don't go to school, if you are not enrolled in a school, you can pass external exams just by learning from Osun Lens. It's made it easily accessible, that anywhere and anytime you can log into Osun Lens and learn any subject at any given time. I'll pass the mic back to Miriam.
So when we were creating this app, we actually had a thought to display the app on Google's Play Store. So when we wanted to do that, we realized that, okay, to enable us to do this, we need to create a website for the app. So the website of the app is just to display the uniqueness of the app, the features on the app. And some of the features on the website was a login page, which will link you to a place where you can download the app on your phone and you can be registered to the app on the same time. So the website was just to publicize and advertise the app. So that was just all. So I'll pass the mic to Angel, who will explain how the app actually works.
My name is Zoilola Angel. I'm here to explain how the app works and the minor features that we have in our app. The first thing, our app has an English dictionary, a calculator, a message forum for students to share academic knowledge together. Then we have a loading page, a login page for students to have login details. So anytime they want to access the app, they can just put in their login details. Thank you.
And then I would be explaining how the app is actually acting as a solution to the problems of the society. It actually encourages peer-to-peer learning. As she has earlier stated, she said there's a message forum. The message forum actually creates a platform whereby a student that is on the app can send a message and then another person will see it. You are not only learning, like it's not only you and your phone. You can chat with other students that are also using the same app. It reduces the mass increase in academic failure. Some people and some students actually don't understand the language of the teacher, but when they stress their energy and they go to apps that like this that we have made, they can easily understand and comprehend the subject or the topic that is being taught in school. It also encourages the app kind of reduces illiteracy because we have many illiterates out there. When they were panelists and when they were set of panelists here and the moderator, Nigeria mentioned the problem of illiteracy. Illiteracy in Nigeria is actually a very, very big problem. It is like a cankerworm that is eating into our economy. Nigeria constitution states that like half of the students or of the children is supposed to be given basic education, but that is not actually being adhered to. So instead of people that are at the rural level, instead of them having to worry about the cost, they can just go to apps like this and their children could also be educated. The rural dwellers even have more, if they have the access to things that we have like this, they are even more better and even very, very intelligent than those in private school. What is not giving them the opportunity is just their access to education. And creating an app like this would give them a platform to express their minds through the message forums and others.
Is that all? Or we should do that? So basically, Osun Lens is an app that was just created to give people of less privilege another chance to education.
And if we are being given time, we would actually show you the app. And we also created a scratch video on just a brief introduction, which we learned during the Matadors 3-day conference.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Okay, so since you said it's for Osun Lens, right? So what language is it in? Remember that you're supposed to also draw illiterates to your platform, right? So it's not just only educated people. And I think I'm seeing two types of people. There are people who are already illiterate who can read and want to expand their knowledge, and also people who are illiterate. So what language is it in? Assist illiterates to learn more. And of course, who is your target audience?
Thank you for the question. It is actually written in English language, but not everybody understands English, right? They get that. But if we can give the opportunity to maybe we
is lack of internet. So we all have you need to need internet access to use the app, or all of the tutorials, the textbooks and all of that, they will be pre-added to the app, so that once they download it, they're now able to get access to download the app. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. So how will you do that?
For our app, left to once again, for our app, you don't need internet connection for our app. And more or less, if you want to use an app, there's no how you not need internet access to download the app. So you need to download the app whether or not you have internet. And you also spoke about community. So we could just create awareness for English to encourage the parents of the children.
Next up is CAC Vodafone.
What happened? It's okay. It's okay. Come on. Come on. Mama get that sort of telling me what I know. I've traveled all over the world to chill. I've never seen a girl like this.
I'm right here back to that area. Salaman is familiar. What do you mean? Start on fire. Entire job I think. Permit me to call on John.
Good day, everyone. My name is Notary, as I've said earlier, and our school worked on a project under our MIT App Features. We built a project which was tagged Insecurity Detector App. This app was built in order to monitor the movement of our people. We built this app to detect if our people are in danger. Yes, as we all know that which insecurity is arising in this country is quite alarming. So we work together as a team and bring us together on what we could do to help our society and our country at large under this, and our country at large. What we can do to bring a solution, and to provide a solution for this problem. So we work on this insecurity detector app, and we are able to provide a solution to our problem in Nigeria. So this app was designed by us, and it was created by us using this MIT App Features or other Google. So we built this app so that we could detect if someone is in danger. For example, if a person of mine is traveling or is on a journey, and we want if he or she
Please let's be quiet.
If he or she is in danger, there will be this beep alarm that will bring out that this person of yours is in danger. So with this, I hope we have provided a solution to the problems in Nigeria. Thank you.
These are our insecurity detectors. As the four was the first one was the opportunity, we would like to collaborate with the police officer anytime our loved ones, when they're in danger, we just put a call through them and say, they should help us out.
Up next, we have Crystalline Montessori Academy.
My name is Mustafa Faladaro. I'm 12 years old and I'm a representative from Crystalline Montessori Academy. With me are Abdulaziz Aisha Boss, Okuni Zion, Judo Miriam, Mustafa Angela. The title of our project is CMA Vote. I'm sure most people are wondering by now, what is CMA Vote? Well, to answer your question, CMA Vote is an online voting website. Electronic voting or e-voting is the use of modern technology to capture the
let's not distract the presentation of our vote.
It presents numerous advantages over the traditional system we all are used to. Although, in the initial stage, it presents significant costs for things like equipment, planning, and introduction to get the website up and running. But in the long run, it gets easier. You can save costs on things like ballot boxes, ballot papers, and salaries for high-level officials, and many more. Not so long ago, education election was held in our school. All the students were assembled on the assembly ground, discussing all the time. I'm sure you can imagine how uncomfortable that would be. All these candidates were asked to face the wall, and ballot boxes with their names were right behind them. All the students were given a ballot paper to vote for the candidate of his or her choice. And this process was repeated for every position, which means we spent all day conducting the selection, meaning we didn't have any time to indulge in any academic activities. And moreover, ballot papers got lost, got misplaced, it got thrown, most fell on the ground and even got stepped on. Now that I have this scenario in mind, let me go. CMA Vote presents advantages over the traditional system of voting. The first advantage it presents is convenience in voting. And as I said earlier, we stood under the sun for a whole day, which is not very convenient. With CMA Vote, you can vote from your place of convenience anywhere, anytime. Another very important advantage is time saving. We didn't have time to indulge in any academic activities, but with CMA, which made us lag behind. But with CMA Vote, you can vote before you get to school or when you get home from school with the help of your parents if you need to. And the third advantage is accuracy and organization. At the point in time, this election started to get very rowdy and started to seem unorganized. And there were manipulation of votes, which caused conflict between the students and the teachers. And it was not very effective. Most ballot papers cost wasted and many more. So with CMA Vote, all of this can be simply eliminated. And the last but not least advantage of CMA Vote over the traditional system in schools are cost saving. You don't have to waste your money on ballot papers, ballot boxes, but you don't even have to worry about the stress of conducting the biometrics and so on. Now, the advantages of CMA community and nation at large. We have improved accessibility. There are a lot of disabled people out there who can't get to their polling unit each year because of the inconvenience. But with CMA Vote, you can vote from your house whether you're disabled or not. Another thing is fraud prevention. We all hear of ballot papers and ballot boxes being snatched each year, but with CMA Vote, this can be eliminated because literally you can't snatch what you can't see. Another very important advantage of CMA Vote in the community and the national level is it reduces the risk of insecurities. A lot of people are afraid to die. Well, all of us are afraid to die. But during the election, this fear rises more on people. They are afraid of getting stopped by terrorists on south, which is not very pleasant. But with CMA Vote, you can before. We all worked on hand in glove to work on the back end and pull out data from other websites, be able to make it to use advertised video and read elections. We all had different ideas. We had like psychology issues, we had school portals, but we choose e-voting because it was the only one that provided solution to our schools, communities, and nations at large. We had and Miriam worked on the voting page with assistance from Ewa Zion, Ogunli, and Ewa worked on the landing page, while Angela and Ewa worked on the About Us page. And we also had assistance from our coding teachers, Mr. John, Miss Moyo, and Mr. Sam. We owe a brief thank you to all of them.
What we would have done if you have better resources? We have less than 1 minute left. What we would have done if you have better resources? We would have loved to beautify the website with colors and animations of CSS program. And we would also like to work on the collations of votes during an election. If you had better insights about political affairs and contestants, we would have made it more real and use it for an actual election.
My point is, e-voting is good, is amazing, and how do you ensure that the votes, that there's no breach? Because now this is IT, somebody could opt this figures somewhere, okay. How do we ensure that there's enough security, like maybe cyber security, I would say, around collation of votes and all that, to ensure that if the real person that we voted for that becomes announced that they are voting, that the real votes count and gets to INEC and we announce the person.
We actually thought of that. We thought of using HTTPS and also security plugins also.
What I also love about the project is the fact that, like she mentioned, we have to take an election next. And we'll talk about the security and all that. For you to have other areas of the society function as it should, you have to have the right leaders. If you don't have good leaders, nothing works in society, right? So kudos to you guys for coming up with this. I really want to so welcome, guys.
Up next is School of Science, Ikerun.
We decided to create a topic, teenage pregnancy. So, I would like to define what teenage pregnancy means. Teenage pregnancy simply means an adolescent pregnancy, and that occurs in a female under the age of 20. Under the age of 20. So, if you look into our society now, we are facing most problems of this teenage pregnancy. And then
let's bring it down, please.
And your bad is the charity begin at home. Is what is the way you not judge your children is the way they behave to outsiders. Also rape. Rape is the main causes of teenage pregnancy. It's a situation whereby a teenage girl is forced into sexual immoralities. So I would like to honor Okoye Aisha to the solution to the problem.
Teenage pregnancy is a problem in our society. So, what on this app? We think about the problem on this website. We think about the problem and how to solve it. There are many ways to solve the problem of teenage pregnancy. First of all, the solution are all left to parents, guardians, the religious leader, the imams and pastors. So, the first solution is that the parents are ignorant. So, these are websites that help parents to know their rights and duties. So, they advise children. Every child must know about sex education, even start from age 7. So, children should know everything about sex education. And imams, pastors, parents should not be too much pressure on their children. Because some parents have no time for their children. Maybe the children is facing circumstances or any obstacles in society or at school. Whenever the child wants to express feelings for his parents, they won't listen for the problem he or she is facing. So parents should not be more pressured on the children.
I would like to buttress what my colleague has said earlier. I would like to tell you the effects of teenage pregnancy on the victim and the society at large. Teenage pregnancy has really contributed in this, it's really rampant in our society. It's really rampant in our society. Teenage pregnancy leads to illiteracy because some teenagers who get pregnant at any age do not have access to pursue higher education and they cannot get the basic qualification to get a well-paid job. Teenage pregnancy also causes emotional crisis to the victims and it also leads to social complications. In conclusion, our society, we need to encourage and enlighten our youth on the effects and causes of teenage pregnancy. That's the reason why we create this website to educate our youth. And if we are given the opportunity, we intended to visit schools, churches, and mosques to enlighten our youth how to abstain from sexual intercourse.
So my question is, how do you intend to spread the message? Because you said you go to churches and more. Beyond that, what would you? So that would require your physical presence, and you can't be everywhere, at all of the time. So how do you intend to scale the reach of your websites? How do you intend to publicize your websites? How do you start?
So create these websites to enlighten the females and to know the value of females in our society. Because if you look at our society now, females are being ranked down and they don't have the opportunity for maybe they are choosing executives in this country, Nigeria. Females are not favorably considered again due to this, let me say, this topic of pandemic. So we create this website to enlighten females and not to engage in teenage pregnancy and not to form the victims.
Up next, we have Divine Grace Schools, Elisha.
I'm here to give us a little information about our project.
about nature, and it's mainly about 10 popular flowers. You might be wondering why we choose to create a website. You might be wondering why we choose to create a website on these on flowers. This is because we discovered people do not know about flowers. So if there is a platform dedicated to give people more information about flowers, it will be beneficial to them. In what way? I want to tell us the benefits of the project.
Good day, everyone. My name is Adejumo Pointsala. We are from the Panelist Introduction. I'll talk about how this project is beneficial to everyone involved. Firstly, I'll start by how it's beneficial to students. Students will be able to search for a particular flower, as this project comprises of 10 different flowers. It is also beneficial to colleges and universities, and also horticulturists. Now, I would like to talk about how it is beneficial to individuals. It enables people or individuals to identify a particular flower, know the importance of the flower, how to get the flower, the vendors to contact when you get the flower, the price, how to plant them, how to take care of them, and where to plant them. Now, I'll hand the mic over to Favor. She will be the one to tell us how we intend to scale up our project.
Good day, everyone. I am Anthems, a representative of Divine Grace High School. I'm here to talk about how to scale up our projects. Firstly, we create a database for the project. We include more data. As you can see, our projects have only small information. And also, we are going to put the flowers into categories. The categories will be popular flowers, the usage flowers, and the new discoveries. We will also put the question and answer. We also include question and answer problem section, where people can be able to ask questions and the vendors or us will answer them. And we also include or curate a comment section where people can be able to share their ideas. Thank you.
My name is Damisha, a representative of Divine Grace High School. I am here to tell you the improvements of our project, which is we can improve my layouts, we can improve the color, we can improve the information in section, we can improve our projects by the interaction of the web page. We can improve our project by.
Thank you so much. Once again, we are from Divine Grace High School.
What you guys are working on is really nice, but I think what you should have said is that this is the contribution to climate change and global warming. So if your school decides to have what we call green effect to their own CSR, that is, they come out and say their own contribution to global climate change or supporting or trying to reduce the effect of global warming is to plant the number of flowers per year, starting with your school and your school environment. It's a very solid project that I'm sure the US Consulate, even the United Nations for Sustainable Development Goals, would really love to work on. So I hope your teachers or representatives of the school can hear this. You know, planting and growing flowers, it sounds really basic, but it's really, really good. It would beautify the environment. It would help oxygen retention in the atmosphere. It would, remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. So these are some of the things that you could have directed the project towards. But overall, the thought of planting flowers is really great, and it should be improved upon, it should be worked upon.
And finally, for this first half, we have Falconley Comprehensive High School.
Innovate and your great honor for us, a student body of Falconley Comprehensive High School. My name is Laro. With me here I am.
Adekoye Joanna.
Organic library in Nigeria, we have realized that there are lots of indecorous behavior which have been realistic and which have caused a serious damage to personal character and social morality. We have come to realize that these behaviors, these indecorous behavior, which are unacceptable in society, have had an adverse effect on someone's life, physically, mentally, intellectually, financially, worldwide in Nigeria. Alright? And therefore, the problem we are trying to solve today is gambling. There have been lots of social practices, but therefore, we need to stop gambling. And I would like to call upon Lightweight Doctor to talk more on this project.
Thank you. My name is Dietetic App Features, and I would like to talk about our project. Our project is all about websites, creation of websites, creation of awareness and public enlightenment. Through this is creating awareness and enlightening youth about the dangers of gambling. Gambling has had a lot of effects in youth, especially our schools and surroundings, and which is such a menace to their prosperity. With this, we decided to make up a website named Feathers Chain. Feathers Chain is a collection of first letter of each of our names. That's the name we gave our website. And then we created a website which has a lot of pages, such as home page, contact page, and about us. And our page, at the first page, you see the home pages which you all about gambling. And with that, you can click about contact us. With contact us, you can subscribe also if you have any comment or any problem you think you have about gambling. You can go on our page and it will really help you.
My name is Adekoye Joanna, and I'd like to buttress on the points my colleague said. She said we have our website as the landing page, the contact us, and about us. In the landing page, we discussed about a boy that had an issue with gambling. He was addicted, and at the end, he suffered a loss. He left school, and even his father disowned him. Now, in the contact page, we discovered that youth all around probably are addicted to gambling, and it is in a way or the other affecting their studies. So, considering the solutions, in the contact us, the victim can tell us the name and also describe the problem. Now, when the victim submits, the person has a chance to talk with a counselor on WhatsApp, and then the counselor is able to provide them with cognitive behavioral therapies, in which the person is able to replace the kind of mindset that the person has, and the person also has strength to visit clinics so that he can receive medicines, because gambling has a state in which the depresses the mind. So we think of it as psychological imbalance. So because of this, the person has access to clinics and is able to the person is able to treat the psychological imbalance medically. In the about us, we gave a profile of ourselves with our picture and how we came about the name of our website. Our website is not only dedicated to gambling. It is a website that we created from the first letter of our names in order to address various problems that we youth face, including home breakdowns. But for this project, we decided to talk of gambling so that leaders that are just emerging in Nigeria would gamble away their future.
people that really they don't want you to know that they're paying, but they need help, right? So how are you guys going to ensure that the privacy is protected on the platform?
Gambling, although it is something that is addicting, but it is something that is also not promising you of a bright future. So we believe that because of that landing page, the victim is able to proceed to the contact us and is able to believe that we are able to keep the information in privacy. And also, we've studied individually, we've studied on solutions to gambling, and in a way or the other, a person phone number was as the WhatsApp page, so that the person will be like a counselor. We have the support of our teachers and also the support of the school that can get in contact with medical doctors or people that deals in medicine. So the person is able to contact us, describe the problem, and because of the information we get, we are able to provide the person with solutions.
Say you know, say after this competition, is this something you're still going to continue?
It's not something that just deals with gambling. Youth are facing a lot of problems. We don't show it, but youth are facing a lot of problems. So we have to continue.
So I know if this is just for the Osun Capital. So while you're waiting to get the proper website up and running, you could begin with just a WhatsApp line that people can reach out to. Then you also want to ask yourself, when you take gambling away, what do you want to replace it with? So you don't want people to gamble. What should you do instead? I don't expect you to answer that question. No, it was like a question. But as you're saying they should not gamble, they want to gamble to make money, isn't it? So if they will not gamble to make money, you then need to find something that they do to make money. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. First, I just want to commend the presenters. I think they did generally, like Daniel said, we shouldn't be hearing people condemn anything that has been presented. I just want to make a general comment around those who have presented ideas that relates to internet connection. They should look around how we can solve the problem of internet access. There are presentations around okay, maybe voting and all what have you. Villagers will vote, and we know that our internet penetration is not full yet. So when they are looking at how they want to scale their ideas, they should try as much as possible to work around what those who don't have internet penetration would do to actually navigate the challenges around internet. So, but once again, I really want to commend the organizers and commend the presenters. Well done. I know some of us have had opportunities like this in the past, but it's never too late to become enthusiasts. Thank you very much.
Relax as you enjoy Shion Jacobs. A warm round of applause.
Okay, so I'll be doing a song that is very simple, but it's supposed to just inspire us, just to help us think about it, just to help many of the young people think that they are champions, they are the best wherever they're coming from. And that's just the simplicity of it. When you think like that, you begin to push yourself. It says, I was born to be the best, number one and not the less. I was born to be the best, number one and not the less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, I believe. I know I can count on me. Stand up, help me. Stand up for the champion. For the champion. For the champion. Stand up, come on everybody. Stand up for the champion. For the champion. For the champion. I was born to be the best one. So can the champion stand up now? Officially, can the champion stand up now? Like champion. Can you just jump your hands together for yourself? If I'm the Laro and what can you jump your hands together for yourself? I'll be doing the second verse of the national anthem. Now there's no music accompaniment, but the most beautiful music instrument is our voices, right? And this would not be powerful enough if I do this myself. I want us to do it together. I want us to sing this song together. It's a prayer, but it's a belief. It's something that we believe will help us. It's a prayer for our nation. And everybody, one way or the other, here gathered today, if we would work and do our part in making our own environment better, it will be better for all of us. Can we do that today? You know the second part of the national anthem, don't you? Oh God of creation, right? Direct and know who cause. Can you help me? Guide our and what? Help our youth and truth to know. And love and honesty. Hey. Great. To build with peace and justice. Alright, so let's do that together. Oh God of creation.
For the second panel discussion, ladies and gentlemen, meet your panelists. Meet Mayowa Olaniyan. Mayowa is a managing director at Chams Mobile. She's a finance and management expert with an accomplished career spanning over 25 years across finance, audit, automobile, and technology. Mayowa is a thoroughbred professional and resilient administrator whose business leadership is well recognized. She's a fellow at the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria and fellow of Chartered Certified Accountant. Mayowa holds a BSc in Applied Accounting and postgraduate certificate in Business Administration from Oxford Brookes University, UK. Meet Bekere Amasuma. Bekere is a program manager at Oracle Academy, the philanthropic arm of the multinational computer tech giant Oracle Corporation. Her current role involves promoting Oracle Academy and supporting business operations in over 20 countries across sub-Saharan Africa, including Nigeria, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Ethiopia, and Kenya. She is a non-resident policy fellow at the Nigerian Global Affairs Council and serves on the Governance Barometer team. She's a mentor at Lead Girl Africa and also a volunteer at Slum to School. Bekere believes that education for youth is the medium with which they can quench their thirst for realizing their potential. Bekere is passionate about nation building and firmly believes that Africa has all it takes to rise above its current problems. Muyiwa Babarinde is currently the head of marketing and growth at Rex, a fintech startup helping drive financial inclusion. He's a marketing communications specialist with 7+ years experience in corporate communications, reputation, and strategic communication. Over the years, he has worked with brands such as Facebook, Uber, Unilever, HP, Heineken, Union Bank, Access Bank, Apple, Close Up, amongst others. Muyiwa won the Rising Star Award at Red Media Africa in 2016 and 2017, as well as an award for excellence in customer service in 2017 and Team Member of the Year in 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome with a standing ovation your panelists. All right, the theme is harnessing tech potentials in Osun State. Let me start with Maiwa because she was on stage first. All right, so you are Champs Mobile, and my question is, what opportunities exist for people who aren't into core tech but desire to put to use their skills and experience in finance in the tech industry?
Go to the question, the opportunity available to those who aren't having tech background for them to come on board in tech. That is a good one. But how you are actually talking about me, because I have a finance background. I'm a digital accountant by profession, but today I manage a technology company. So you want to ask me how do I cross over? The good thing about this profession is that your background is never a limiting factor for you to cross over. We've seen a lot of people that actually read other courses in Yoruba, in English. For instance, my CTO actually read English. He has his first and second degree in English, but is one of the CTO that I cannot put price on in Nigeria today. So that tells you the opportunity that is available. There is a massive opportunity for everyone, and that is why I'm happy that we're having this kind of event today to help our guests, not even only the guests, even the boys. That it doesn't matter what they are doing currently, it does not matter their background. The good thing about the IT sector is that we have a lot of certified institutes that train them, and these people can obtain certification. Based on that, they can be mentors by different organizations, and before you know, they acquire enough competence that will make them an expert in industry. What they actually need to do is to go through series of training that is available in so many ways. It is available here and there online. We even have free training online. We have the paid for online. They can do series of certification online, acquire skill, competency, be trained. We have a lot of technology hubs where people can be trained, be mentored, work with other people to develop competency, and they can become experts in the industry. Thank you.
Let's move on now to Muyiwa. Muyiwa, you're a well-seasoned marketing communications professional. Now, can you please intimate us on the value of marketing communications to the tech industry or to building a thriving tech business?
I would like to just express my excitement for this program, because when Dio Nigeria told me about it, I grew up like 200-300 meters away, like the estate behind this place, right? So, and growing up then, I didn't know anything about technology. So when he told me something was being done for people in Osogbo, I'm like, hey, I'm going to come around from Lagos for this. So I'm excited about this, and amazing work being done by the ladies. Mind-blowing, actually, what you guys have done. What I'm here to basically share from my own journey is, practical steps that you could use to also break into tech, right? I studied language arts education in Obafemi Awolowo University, and right now I'm the head of marketing and growth for a fintech startup in Lagos, right? What I do is not even remotely related to what I learned in school. Maybe the only thing close is that, maybe we did English in school, right? So, but for me, I've always had that passion for marketing. And then when I left school, I was looking for opportunities in the tech space. So, our tech mommy, like I told her, has already shared practical steps. She said, there's some courses we can take online. For me, because I know that there are 3 different types of people in the audience today. We have the young ones who just presented to us, very lovely presentations. We have some core members, who are just about to start their professional journey. And then we have some people as well who have already started some careers. You can be in admin, you can be in retail, you can be in trading, and you are looking, how can I get into tech? The reality is that right now, right here, right now, there are already some platforms where you could go to get accurate information about technology. So for example, if you have a skill, you are maybe, for example, you're an admin manager in a company in Osogbo, right? And you really want to go into tech. The reality is that technology industry doesn't just need designers and web developers. So when we talk about technology, everybody says, oh, I can't code, I cannot develop, I cannot build a website. But that's not the only thing that is needed. The support staff that would also power the company is also needed. So the people that would manage HR for the technology companies, the people that would tell the stories, which is what I do marketing. So the people that would tell the story and bring the brand to the marketplace, are also needed. And all of these areas, so whatever industry you are currently or whatever skills you have, there's a way by which it can be applied to the technology industry. All you have to do is, how can I now look for the companies that are looking for those particular skills, right? By a show of hands, I want to prod us this afternoon because I feel sometimes we don't maximize the internet enough, right? So we all have mobile phones, we all have data, and then we chat with our friends, but we don't look for information which is already there. So by show of hands, who knows Instablog here? Instablog Nigeria. Right, almost everybody knows it, right? But if I ask you, do you know 10 people in the field, the specific field of technology that you're interested in? Do you know 10 people in that field, and do you follow them online, on Instagram? I know we know our Nollywood actors and all of them, but whatever field you are in, if, for example, you're in marketing, you want to be in marketing, you're a mass communications graduate and you're currently serving, and you'll be like, you know what, I want to be the marketing manager for Facebook. So the other lady that was supposed to be here today, we worked on the Facebook accounts 6 years ago. So the first time Mark Zuckerberg came into the country, we worked on the PR for that particular stuff. Now she's the communications manager for Africa for Facebook, right? She studied theater arts in Obafemi University as well. So the reason I wanted to start with that is just to ensure that wherever you are right now, don't think that, oh, these people are like aliens, who went to go and study tech in Stanford or what's it called. No. We're your brothers and your sisters, right? And we started right here as well. So wherever field you're in right now, you can in. Let me just conclude. Try to create a list of those people in the industry, the specific segment of tech that you want to play in for the next 10, 20 years, and follow them. See what they read online, articles they are, check them on LinkedIn. What courses have they done? There are platforms like Coursera, Courseera, there are platforms like Udemy, Udemy, that you can go and take courses from Harvard, Stanford, free courses. All it's going to cost you is data. And you can, if it's data analysis or data entry or marketing communication or branding, whichever aspect of technology, you can leverage on those and even take a step from point 0 to point 1. And then the journey is continuous. You're not going to become an expert in one day. Somebody made mention of something earlier saying that, tech is not a get-rich-quick program. You have to be ready to put in the time. You have to be ready to work hard. But the thing is, if you're ready to commit 2 years of consistent sacrifice and learning, the reality is that you're going to be needed for life. And I'm not talking about needed in Osogbo or Lagos alone. I have friends that are working for companies in San Francisco, working for companies in Texas, from Lagos. And as we were saying, dollars is increasing. They're just smiling to the bank because they have technology skills. And that's why I'm really excited for the ladies, because in the next 5 years, you might even employ some of us, or in 10 years. And we really hope that you keep on at it. Thank you very much.
Bekere. Okay. So for newcomers in the tech space, can you break down what program management means and how newcomers can get into this area of tech?
Well, thank you very much for the question. And like the other panelists before me, I want to say thank you, Dio, for this great initiative. I'm pro-girls, though I have 2 boys. I don't have a girl yet. I don't think I'm going again, by the way. But seeing those girls on stage, presenting, either their ideas are scalable or not, touched me. And, on my way here at Ibadan, I saw these rural communities, and I was saying to myself, I said, God, there's a child in this community today who does not have access to electricity, who does not have access to quality education, that can become the governor of Oyo State tomorrow. That's how, it works. So it means that irrespective of wherever you come from, even if you're in a school in Ikiru, or you're in a school in Ikiru, or Ife, or Modakeke, or wherever it is, your dreams are valid. Yes, I schooled in Ife, by the way. Yes. And that's one of the best, after salvation and, getting married, that was one of the most, that's the best decisions that God bestowed upon me, because the connections that I got from school have taken me both far and wide, okay? It's not about the academics where you go to Ife, it's the connections that you make, and just be a good person, by the way, while you're at it. Thank you so much to the teams, all the volunteers at Matador. We appreciate your work, and your work matters. Okay, so going by my question, okay, how does a new joiner get into project management? Sorry, pardon me, you'll be hearing a lot of God in all of this, I'm going to say, okay, because we can't get to where we are today without God. So I also studied linguistics. I don't know what, I never knew what linguistics was before I was given linguistics by Ife, okay? So a lot of us wanted admission. Some of you want medicine, they'll give you zoology or biochem, imagine. So they gave me linguistics, right? So what I did is, I'm like, oh, it's the will of God, okay, let's go. And I met amazing people from arts and all of that while in school. And then I came out of school, I started working. This is my journey into tech. So some of you are deliberate about, I want to go into tech. Some of us, God dragged our feet like this and, put it into tech. So after some years, Oracle came along. There's an opportunity. It came as an opportunity to work temporarily. So there are some opportunities that will come to you that will not look like your big break. Okay? They will look like the dirty job. It's a volunteering job at Matador. Let me just do it. Please do it with all of your hearts, because you do not know where next is going to, take you. Please do it with all of the dirty work. Oh, yeah, the one behind the camera, nobody sees you. Please, just stay at it and be faithful with it, and the blessings will come. So for me, it came as I need to do a temp job. Okay, where is it? Oracle. Which one is that one again? Is it Juju they are doing there? Which one is Oracle again? It was funny, But when I got to the office in Ikoyi, I'm like, wait, what am I doing here? Sort of imposter syndrome and all of those things were coming. And they said, you have to do this program management. I was supposed to be assisting somebody. I'm like, okay, let's do it. I had no idea of what I was going to do, but I had the willingness, and I knew that I was going to put in all of my heart into my work. Guess what? I had a 4-month-old baby when I was resuming that work. I had no tech skill. I had nothing. But I knew, I had communication skills, which is, quite okay. Then I went for the interview. It was fine. They needed French. I didn't even have French. It was funny because we're also doing all the sub-Saharan African countries. So I'm not just managing Nigeria. I'm also managing at least 20 other countries across sub-Saharan Africa. And it came, and, interviews and all that. And it came in, when you get into tech, so it's not like Muiwa said, there are a lot of other support staff, okay, that makes the work of the solution engineers easy. So not everybody will be a coder. Not everybody is going to be a developer, okay? And yes, there are some people in tech who make more than the technical guys. For instance, for us at Oracle, okay, especially in Nigeria, is the sales guys who have a lot of the money because they are just selling the solutions, okay? And we don't even have engineers here, by the way, in Nigeria, in terms of people who develop the solutions. Okay, so back to the question, I would say that you must open your mind to learning. It got to a point where I'm like, can I do this? I'm not sure. This is too much work to do because I had to learn about Java. I had to learn data science. I had to learn database management. I had to learn project management. I had to learn Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. This is somebody who is coming from a linguistics or whatever it is background. But guess what? There were nights I stayed up learning. Remember, I had a 4-month-old baby. I would stay up learning. I would go to our website. I would literally eat all of the information that is on that website. So that when somebody calls me tomorrow to say, what on this section of the website is this? I was able to do it. Now, that's one part. You have to do the work. There's no way, there's no shortcut to it. All of the glitz and the glamour you see today. Some of us who run back home, we have MBAs we are doing over the weekend after working rigorously from Mondays to Fridays. right? That's the story behind the glory of some of the things that you're seeing, okay? Then also, be open to learning. Go and get certifications, okay? So when I knew that, remember I didn't even know what I was coming to do. I now learned, okay, this is program management. Now, project management is you managing a project or all of the things that make one project, right? But program management is several projects coming together for you to manage. That's what program management is about. Okay, but it's very nice if you have certification in project management. It's going to help because you're going to be dealing with stakeholders management. You're going to be dealing with time management. There's risk. There's budgeting. There are other areas. There's even agile methodology, right, in project management. So that's it. You have to stay learning, up your game. So when I got into Oracle and I saw what they were doing there, I'm like, I can't code, you know. But guess what? I started learning. I would go and say, what's Java? What's database? I started breaking down these things small, in my own way. And I learned at my own pace. Guess what? I'm not done learning. But guess who is going to get an MSc in data science management? Me, from a European affiliated university. So that's for me, that's my own way, you know, of learning. And that's how people can, you know, come into project management in tech. You have to stay learning. You have to put in all of the work. Guys, there's so much work to be done. Yes, is there money? Yes. But there is also so much work to be done. Thank you.
A round of applause, please, for Bekere. Mayowa. She's the CEO at Chams Mobile, I beg your pardon. And yes, are there any peculiar qualifications that someone who probably studied accounting or finance, or is a core finance person, are there any peculiar qualities that they need to have to venture into tech? And if there are qualities, what are those qualities that they need to start harnessing or honing right now?
Okay, thank you. Is there any specific qualification that you need to venture into tech? I will tell you that the answer is yes and no. You are not actually limited to your finance, or even when you study Yoruba, linguistic, English, social study, whatsoever, and you have studied. If you are interested in tech, the only thing you need to do is to identify the area of your interest. As I mentioned earlier, there is opportunity here and there where you can learn and acquire certification in the area of your interest. Having your BSc in any field is already a basic, is enough for you to work in any organization. You have basic requirements. So the next thing that requires is that you are having BSc perhaps in accounting, in finance, in marketing, and now you want to go into tech. What aspect of tech do you want to go into? As Muyiwa has rightly said, we have a lot of platforms where you can learn. Even when you don't have money, that is not a barrier, because we have a lot of free online courses in technology where you can learn and you still have your certification. The only thing you need to do is ability to prove that you are competent in that field by having certification. For anyone that wants to engage you, I believe you go through the process of interview. You will give you some job to do, and then if you are qualified, you will get the employment. That is a plus that we have in the tech industry. Once you have certification, you need not to go back to university again to go and acquire another degree, but rather you ride on that and the knowledge you might have acquired to work in any organization of your choice. For instance, Chams has been in partner with OAU for over a decade. Wow. When we got this BVM project, Chams actually did the BVM we're using now. We have 2 of OAU students that we have many of them, but we chose 2 of them among our staff that were sent to Germany to train. We trained them, and they are part of people that work with us on OAU, on a BVM project. So this is how it works. The basic requirement, 1 is that you have interest. Number 2, you need to identify the area of interest. Number 3, you need to be ready to work. To be honest, techs require a lot of your time. It requires dedication. You need to roll up your sleeves and bend down to work to acquire that. So as long as you can make those little sacrifices and get certification and be trained, then sky cannot even limit you.
Wow.
Thank you.
You've been CEO at CHAMS for a long while. Can you tell me one of the major challenges that you've experienced and how you've been able to overcome it, venturing out into tech?
Okay. Of course, for every decision you take, we always have a pros and cons. So you have to, but the major challenge there will have been time for you to sacrifice to acquire these competencies, because it's not something you can just do overnight. Coming from finance background, and it will not be that easy for you to go and manage a technology company. It requires a lot of hard work. Let's be honest. It's not something you can just get just like that. You have to sacrifice a lot of time to learn. But the good thing I'm saying again and again is that it's not actually a hurdle that we cannot cross.
Dayo Nigeria, we're coming to you, and look come by. In case you don't know who Dayo Nigeria is, he's the convener of this program, the lead at Matador's Leadership Institute. So I want to ask you, what's the marriage between social initiatives and technology, and what opportunities abound?
What's the correlation? So the first question we should ask is, what is the use of what we're doing that cannot solve a problem in the society? So once we're able to answer that question, we would already get an answer to this question. The reason many things don't last is that we relate with those things from a survival mindset. And when it's survival, it's the money I can get from the now. But if it's a significance mindset, you're building for the future. You are asking yourself, this thing that I'm about to do, how will it impact the lives of so many persons? Bekiri was talking earlier. Bekiri is someone who is really passionate about anything development. Anything development she sees, you'll just know it is natural, it is inborn. And for me, it's a journey of, if we cannot fix problems, we have no business living. If we cannot fix problems, we have no business living. If you keep talking tech, but none of the things that you do with tech can also connect with the sustainable development goals, you will just be a champion at Alikuodo. And that's not to diss the people at Alikuodo. I think Alikuodo, you guys are big enough to... But if what we're doing is that through what we do, we want to be global giants, you also need to ensure that you're solving problems that are not just about your immediate environment. And the truth is, some people are not even solving any problem in their immediate environment. So CHAMS is a big player in the tech space, because most of the things that we're talking about in form of technology, fintech, CHAMS laid the foundation for it. But many people don't even know. That's unpaid for adverts. So I'll collect the money later. But when we take time to do some research, you'll know that some people have paid the price. When you hear names today, it just didn't become names. The reason they have stayed in the game for that long was because there was an identification of problems. When what you're doing is not solving problems, trust me, if it excites people today, by next week, I'm sure they can't remember again, because they would have seen like 25, 30, 40, 50 others. But the reason it stays in people's minds would be because of this thing that you do, this person's problem got solved, this person's problem got solved, this person's problem got solved, this person's problem got solved. So it's more of shifting from the survival mindset to moving to the significance mindset. If you want to do tech, why do you want to do tech? If it's to feed yourself this night, tech is not your space. Go and be begging on the road. But what we need are people who would use technological skills, because Nigeria is still using analog model to solve digital problems. And there's a problem with that. When you try to use analog to solve digital, you can never, ever find a solution. So we need to move with the times. We need to move faster than the times and ensure that before the world gets to level Y, we're already at level Z.
We're moving now to Muyiwa. In some cases in schools, I'm a lecturer, I lecture mass communication. And I've noticed something in the syllabus, a gap. And it's the fact that some of the things that we're teaching these students are not too relevant to what they will meet out there. What's the relevance of that in the marketplace? So I want to ask, right? What advice would you give a student or a fresh graduate to skill up? Already you've mentioned that there are free courses that they can take online. You mentioned Coursera and other platforms that they can, learn. But for you, I want you to be so practical. What steps did you take to skill up, for relevance in the profession, especially in tech industry?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. When I was in OAU, right, I was always part of people that organize events like this. So I'll volunteer, we're doing beyond I'll volunteer, we're having programs. I'm just always part of an organization that is probably doing a program to help people learn about different stuff. So I realized then I was good with talking to people. That's sales, right? So I could, in Nigeria now, for example, say, I'm organizing these events in OAU, and then I'll speak to people who would go publicize it and all that. But I didn't really understand what marketing was all about at that particular point in time. So when I was leaving the university, I got some interviews with this tech startup. At that particular point, it was a job employability portal, right? So we had an interview with them, and they asked me, what are you good at, right? And I told them, I love marketing, and I love sales. So they told me, what is changing in the world of marketing right now? To be honest, I didn't really know so much, but I told them that, the world is moving towards digital marketing. So it's not just traditional marketing as you know it, but digital marketing. And I gave examples of Konga and Jumia, and they were impressed. So I joined the company. But my growth in the marketing communication space and how you can also grow, number one, I have one principle I live by, which is called Kaizen. You talked about Ikigai earlier. One of the panelists talked about Ikigai. For me, it is Kaizen. Kaizen is a principle of continuous improvement, right? And I will give some practical example. In marketing and communication is a very, very big space, right? So when people say marketing, they think it's sales. No. For example, if I'm the marketing manager for this program, there are a lot of things I'm involved in. I'm involved with creating the copies. How do we tell the story for this organization, for Matadors, right? I'm involved with what are the kind of speakers that we want to bring, from what industry are they in, what do we want them to talk about. I'm involved with this flyer that we want to print, is it showing the brand the right way? I'm involved with what our channels, how are we promoting it on social media? Are we going on TV? Are we going on radio? I'm also involved with what influencers are we talking to in Osogbo to help us get this message to the people. So it's really, really vast and really, really large. So that in marketing, we say there are like 7 P's. There's products, there is place, there is people, there is promotion. It's very wide. But let me give you one example. For writing is one important part of marketing, right? So you can be a marketing manager, you have to be able to write. There was a year I remember I was trying to improve my writing skills, and it was January, I think 2016. And for 1 month, so I kind of like pushed myself. For one particular month, every day when I go home from work, I wrote 1,000 words for 1 month, right? I remember that particular time. There will be times when there won't be lights, but I ensure that every day for that particular month. Even recently I was telling myself, you have not really pushed yourself like you used to that time. But I did that because I wanted to improve my writing drastically. And I'm somebody that I have this natural talent for writing. The reality is that everything we've been saying since morning, it's not everything that will be useful to you. There's one principle called Pareto principle. 80% of the points we have made here today will make just 20% impact in your life. And 20% of the points will make 80% impact in your life. The trick is you have to find, even if it's just one thing you take, and you start executing on that thing diligently for the next 3 months. You can find me on social media. There's no way you would not have taken massive steps into getting into tech. The problem is that a lot of time when we come for this event, we like to feel good and feel, and I'm not being motivational right now, I'm just being realistic. Do you understand? I came for this event, it's nice, I've learned from these speakers and all that in tech. But what are you going to do about it tomorrow? What are you going to do about it the next day after tomorrow? And are you still going to be doing that same thing in 1 month from now? Because the reality of life will happen. I mean, there will be first scarcity, something will happen in the family. It happens to everybody. But in conclusion, you just have to ensure that you make a conscious demand on yourself, because it's not me or Dio Nigeria. We saw our wonderful sisters, our younger sisters that presented earlier. I'm sure they pushed themselves, to come up with those projects and even just do what they need to do to take it to the next level. But what will happen that will take them to the next level in the next 5 years will be dependent on how determined they are to continue to learn and build on the knowledge they have learned in this training program.
All right, Bakari, I'm coming to you. In your years of experience being a program manager, what are the core skills that you've seen that are required? And then what opportunities exist in program management in Nigeria? And how can newcomers cash in on this? The theme of this program says harnessing the tech potentials in Osun State, right? So what opportunities exist in program management in Nigeria? And how can newcomers cash in on this?
Okay, thank you for the question. I'll try to do this real quick. If I'm taking so much time, just indicate that I will know, because this is something I'm very passionate about. Okay, so what are these core skills, right? For you to be an effective program manager, okay, I think the number one skill for me will be time management, effective time management, because like I told you, program management is managing several projects. Okay, so as I'm seated now, I have like 3 more other projects I'm working on for this week. There are other conferences I'm supposed to plan towards. There's NCS, there's NACOS. And like that is scheduled like that all through till the year ends. So now behind as a program manager in Oracle Academy, right? So I handle the CSR part of a tech company. So that's what they also need. Okay, so behind us sponsoring a conference like NACOS, there are still some background work that I need to do, right? So behind me coming here, there are some approvals, there are some work I need to do to be here today. So, and that is one out of several that I'm doing. Off my mind, I have something to do in Kenya that I'm doing virtually this week. There's another one I'm doing across sub-Saharan Africa. I'm doing this week. There's another one in Abeokuta. So that's the life of a program manager. Right? So you have several projects you're working on at the same time, So time management is a core skill that you need. Okay? And beside all of these hard skills, communication is fine. Stakeholders management. I also like to emphasize on, soft skills. So you must learn how to work with others. You must know how to show respect. Because you do not want to be a program manager who is disrespectful. You get fired from your job very fast. You do not want a lazy program manager. Okay, so you must understand, you must imbibe core soft skills that can help you thrive at work. So beyond, I'm a dev, I'm a developer, I'm a coder and all of that. But they will tell you there's a meeting for 10 a.m. and you're there by 11. I mean, no. You have to imbibe these core values, okay? So those are the core skills. Really, your technical skills can get you into the door. But what will keep you there is your soft skills. Okay, so you had a first class from Ife. You read civil engineering. But that has gotten you into the door, right? But you need some other skills. There's something called office politics. Yeah. So this is real world, though. It's not Terekambia. This is real world. You have to be friends. I'm not saying ass licking. No, that's not it. But you must know how to, do all of those things in the office, so that you can grow alongside in your career. This is aside your core competencies. So soft skills are really important. Time management for a program manager, stakeholder management. Remember, like I told you, for me, this is very peculiar to my job. I'm handling countries, Francophone countries. I don't know how to speak French. One day, I joined a Zoom call with officials from a ministry in Côte d'Ivoire, and they spoke French all through. I was like, oh my God, what's going on here? They know that I do not understand French, or cannot speak French.
basic. But that they see that because that's the national language or whatever it is. And mind you, they could speak and understand English. But those are one of the challenges. But what I did was, I thank God for Zoom that could translate somehow. I'm like, okay, I kept nodding. I'm like, okay, they said send these documents, and I was able to do it. Okay, so now I didn't shout at them to say, oh, why are you speaking French to me? No, that's not it. That's stakeholders management. Because as much as I want to make them happy so that they will do my bidding, we have an agreement with them, okay, with the government of Côte d'Ivoire. So I must dance to the tunes of the officials. So if I hound them or, shout at them on the call, my whole company, remember, my action as one person can affect my company. So I was able to manage that. So that's stakeholders management. There's also risk. And there's also something called agile methodology. You need to be flexible to change. So let me tell you something about us. On the outside of the pandemic has accelerated change a lot. Okay, we used to have a lot of in-class trainings and all of that for teachers. But guess what? We had to pivot to Zoom. I was scared at first. I'm like, oh my God, teachers in interior villages, how are they going to get internet to join these these trainings, which we hold from Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day, to make up 40 hours. But guess what? We have people joining from Nasarawa, from all over the place. So you must be able to be malleable. You should be, be able to adapt to change very quickly. And what are the opportunities? So that's like 3 or 4 of most of the core skills that you need to be a successful program manager. Then also, what are the opportunities? The opportunities for program managers are endless. Okay, every organization, every company is executing a project at one point in time or the other. Now, projects could be temporal. Projects are temporal, even if they are long. So you could have projects going on for 10 years, 20 years. But it's still a project because it has an end date, right? But you could have some also short projects. So it's a project does not mean that it's short. So what I'm saying is that for a program manager, if you have project management skills, you can work anywhere, to be honest. Hospitals will have projects that they are working on. Tech companies especially like hiring program managers who have technology skills. So you are a developer, but you are also certified in PMI. Is another advantage. So whatever sector that you are, you can work as a program manager. So just brush up your skills, take up certifications. You can get certifications, free certifications in Coursera, Udemy, as everyone has said. Then you can take it a notch higher by going for program PMP, which is a program project management professional certification, which will make you stand out.
We're looking at instituting STEM clubs in secondary schools across the state. And of course, it was one of the conversations we had with the ministry officials before they departed. We have already experimented in like 3 schools, and it was looking good. But of course, we had to take some break, and I hope that with more persons who are willing to join this community that is just focused on creating opportunities for younger people in the tech space in Osun State, we'll be able to spread this to the nooks and crannies of the state. So it's not, we're not stopping with the girls, we're just starting with them. If we have more hands, we will definitely do more for everybody. So it will be everybody in Osun can code, not Osun boys can code. Is that fine?
That's fine. I'll be getting one word from the CEO of Chams Mobile, the managing director, Mrs. Mayowa.
Thank you so much. My one word will just go to the audience. I would like to congratulate you for being the part of this engagement. I want to believe that the reason why you are in school, why you are here, is to educate and to empower yourself. The good news is that there was a research recently carried out by International Telecommunication Union, and they came up with a result that by year 2029, we will have over 200 million technology jobs that cannot be filled due to inadequate software engineers. So that is the report that is trending. The question is that, what are you doing? How can you be proactive? How can you take on that opportunity? I applaud the organizer of this event, and I want to encourage you. I want to appeal that you all work in that line and prepare yourself for that opportunity. There's no point in going to university after first and second degree and you still join the club of unemployment. Whereas we have a lot of vacancy around the world to be filled and people cannot do. Please, avail yourself opportunity to make sure that you train yourself. You really don't need any university degree. If you have it, it's the plus. But certification, participation, mentoring in different projects will help you. Even if at the initial stage you have to do it for free, please do it and acquire the skill, acquire the knowledge. Let it be part of your CV. Another good thing is that you can stay here in Osun State and work in anywhere, any part of the job. People sitting here shouldn't be part of people looking for job here and there. You should be part of the people that will consult first and you'll be able to get the job of your desire. Hence, I congratulate you.
I just want to talk about a little about Oracle Academy and what we do and how we can actually aid and improve the knowledge of girls and even the boys who are advocating for Osun codes. So Oracle Academy is Oracle's philanthropic program in education, and we seek to advance competing education globally. Okay, so we do this by giving out resources to schools, to teachers, and to students. And guess what? Our program is completely free of charge to schools, to students, and to teachers. And we have courses around Java, data science, projects management, we have in database management, we have in Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, and I think those are like the 5 areas that we have. So if you're a school here, I'm seeing schools here, secondary schools, or even if you're in the university, you can sign up on Oracle Academy and you can become a member. And it's web-based. Our solution is web-based. So anywhere you are in the world, you have access to these learning resources. Now, we teach you emerging technologies. We teach you things around artificial intelligence, there's data science, and all of those things embedded in our program. So please, if you're interested in signing up on our academy, please reach out to me or reach out to Dio or any of the team. They will link you up to us so that we can paint Osun State red with Oracle Academy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I've been told.
All right.
Your 30 seconds starts now.
Yeah, actually, I don't have anything to say. It's just the only thing I have to say is it is in your hand. You already have all the information you need, at least the one to start with, right? So whatever your results will be by December would depend on the actions that you start taking from today when you get home and tomorrow. It is in your hands. Thank you very much, guys.
I think we've said a whole lot with school kids. I'm going to speak to the corpers. I'm going to speak to the young graduates that enough of complaining. Find where you can deploy yourself even without pay. Until you're able to do that, people may never know how much you're able to give. Muiwa talked about his story. I can tell you about my story, tell you about their story. And that's why Bekere would also tell you that she got in there not as a staff. It's just more of want to deploy ourselves. So when you learn to deploy yourself, which is connected to what Muiwa said, that you should embrace the culture of volunteering. It's one of the purest pathways to ensuring that you will not live a frustrated life. I can guarantee that. But you know, service is something that is lost in our society. Instead of looking for where to serve, we're looking for systems to take advantage of. So please embrace volunteering. It will help you a whole lot.
All right, thank you so much.
Please put your hands together as we welcome Gulf International School.
Good afternoon, techies. My name is Dorcas from Gulf International College, Oshogo. And I'm here with my techies. I have Daniela, Darasimi, Funke, and Farida. Our project is voting management system. Thank you.
To start with, our world is developing day by day due to the interference of technology. Why use manual voting when there's online voting? You could actually vote online by just voting your candidates, and there's no disadvantages. Like you could actually vote online by just entering the appropriate enquiries. This online voting system has gone beyond just counting ballot boxes and ends. You can just vote online, straight to the point, and it gives you your results ASAP. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Farida Abdulkadri, and I'll be talking about electoral voting. E-voting, also known as electoral voting, is the voting with the use of electronics. At Gulf International School, we operate a manual parliamentary voting system in which students are to queue to vote for the parliamentarians who serve as the mouthpiece for the students. E-voting has a whole lot of benefit. E-voting contributes to accurate and reliable electoral results, since there won't be cases like human error. Electoral voting also contributes to the accurate result, and you get the result very easy and faster, and also reduce the stress of queuing under hot sun to vote for the parliamentarians. Thank you.
There is something we call parliamentary system in Gulf International College. It is a medium whereby students can elect representatives into various positions that they can serve as the mouthpiece of students concerning issues relating to them. Our project's voting management system is a multi-dynamic project which solves a series of problems. Not only does it prevent electoral malpractice, it also prevents intimidation and bullying. Intimidation and bullying in the sense that certain prefects serve as the officials, like the INEC officials, which conduct the voting system. When they know students and they are willing for them to win, they intimidate students that are about to vote, so that just to influence their decision. So this voting system enables students to just vote online without anybody knowing the candidates they picked, and they can be on the safe side.
Good day, everyone. My name is Ajalu Adarasimi, and I'll be talking about the front and end layout of our project. The front layout of our project is where the voters enter or input their details in the system. This is where we have the first name, their surname, and other details we need. The end layout is where the voting occurs. This is where the people pick or choose their candidate. And there was something we input in our code, which was about action. There was a part we had something about post. In the outcome, it is the submit. But when on the code, when we click on that post,
1 minute more.
When we click on that post, it links it to another HTML thing.
Well, good day, everyone. My name is Daniela. When we're working on our project on HTML, we found out that HTML has some limitations, and we had to use JavaScript. So we also tried to make our project transparent in the sense that when you vote, you're able to see the statistics and the analysis of the voting that's going on. Thank you.
We chose this voting management system not just to solve the problem of voting management in our school, but also as our contribution to building a better Nigeria. Forward the nation. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have Shakina College.
Good day, everyone. I'm Afolabi Damilola from Shakina College. With me here is Busola, Boluwatife, Roslyn, and Jesulayomi. We are here this afternoon to make a presentation of the project we made in our school named Shakina Online Classroom. I would like Busola to make a brief introduction of the project.
Good day, guys. My name is Olariye Busola from Shakina College. The problem we notice in our school is that people no longer perform well in their studies. So, for example, during the pandemic, everybody was people were restricted from moving outside. So, by this time, people no longer have free access to education. So, we actually thought of what we can do to eradicate this problem. So we actually did a school website titled Online Classroom Websites. Thank you.
My name is Boluwatife. I'm going to talk about the system development life cycle, when we are going through this project, the steps we follow. The first one is the requirement analysis. This requirement analysis, it talks about the things we need to put together for the functioning of our project. Then we moved to the system design. after the requirement analysis, like we place some of the things we've gathered together in the system design. After the system design, then we move to the implementation. In this implementation, we impute our program, like our system, in units. The fifth one is our integration and testing. After all this, we test our system. After testing it, then we move to the deployment. We deployed errors and others. Then we move to the maintenance, like checking of errors and others. Then I will hand.
My name is Shawari Roslyn from Shakina. I'm here to talk about the advantages of the project. The advantages is just for us to know the student population and increase the access to educate on traditional students. And it saves times and transport. If the students can't come down to the school, just have their online classes, and then we need totally attention from the students so that they can learn more from the trainer. Thank you.
I'd like to talk about the I'd like to talk about the programming language used in creating the website. The programming language used in creating this website is Node.js. This Node.js is an environment that encompasses different programming languages. Yes, that's what. And the web app comprises of the front end and the back end. The front end includes the JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and Ajax. For the back end, we use MongoDB, Mongoose, and others like that for the implementation of the website.
My name is Ajayi Jeslaomi, and if you want to access our website, you have to, on any browser, you have to enter the URL https://classroom-new.herokuapp.com. And if you want to register, you, on the left corner on the home page, you will click on register. It will take you to a registration page where you supply your full name, you create your email address and a strong password, and you click on register, which will take you to a login page where you will enter the email you registered and the password, and you click on login, and it will take you to the classroom page.
1 minute more.
And if you want, as a teacher, if you want to create a class, you go to the same right corner and you see a plus sign, and you click on create class. You supply the details for the class, the subject, the topic, then you click on create class, and there will be a unique code that you create, that you give to the student that want to join the class. Thank you.
Very innovative application, but at the point you said it is the aim to know the number of students in the school or for them to learn. And you were saying something about eradicating traditional learning completely. We feel that learning should be hybrid or complementary. So either online is complementing the traditional model, or the traditional model, is complementing the hybrid. So are you positing that we should do away with going to school physically and all of us just log in online and go to school? Is that what you're saying?
The creating of the website does not mean that there should be no physical classes again. But in cases, for instance, the pandemic, so in short cases, this website should be as a means of reaching out to the students.
Next up, we have
Baptist Girls Grammar School. A warm round of applause for them.
Damlola Zakaria, representing Baptist Girls High School. And with me are
Azan Aisha,
Olurotimi Sophia,
and together we are
Oasis.
6 months ago, we were privileged to be part of those schools selected to acquire skills in the Osun Girls Can Code program. And today, we'd like to showcase and educate you on what we've learned so far.
We were exposed to 3 computer programming, Scratch, website development, and app invention. And for our project, we chose to do website development on a theme that addresses problems people were facing in our society today.
So, the theme is sexual abuse.
Sexual abuse.
A detriment to mental health.
Sexual abuse.
A menace in our society.
Sexual abuse.
See it, hear it, report it.
Sexual abuse.
Cry out and nothing. So, I would like to talk about the terminologies we use in creating. I would like to talk about the back-end layout. We use HTML, which means hypermarked text language. Hypermarked desktop language. We use TD because we created a table. So TD means table data, TR means table row, TH means table head, TB means table body, and we also use BR, which means break. And we also use OL, which means order line. If you want it to be in alphabetical, if you want it to be alphabetical or numerical, we also use OL, that is on UL on ordered line. Talking about the formats, we use the less than sign as the opening tag, and then we use exclamation mark and type in doc type HTML. And the next one is HTML. We open the tag head again, and inside the tag is under HTML, under the edge. We press tab instead of pressing space. So we use tab, and then we open the tag. We open title tag and close the tag also. We close the head tag. We open the body, and in the body we open the H1 tag and close it. And the H1 range from 1 to 6. And then we also wrote our paragraph and close the body, and then we close the HTML. So after this, the team drew the line to each of them, from doc type to the closing HTML, from the HTML to the closing HTML, and from the opening to each closing tag. So we'll be talking about how we open our file. We selected the file menu, we opened it, and then we located our HTML, and it brought out our file. So, okay.
About the website. The website is all about sexual abuse, the identification of sexual abuse, life stories on sexual abuse and the solutions, and giving people comfort by giving them chance to report any problem they see to experts. And for the sexually abused, to also speak to the sexual abuse facilitator through the contact provided.
And also, if they've reported any sexual abuse case, we'd like to pick up the case and arrest any sexual abusers.
Why we pick the heading sexual abuse? Sexual abuse is a menace in our society, and we see it's affecting both the male and the female of any age. And the reason why we picked sexual abuse because we saw we could find a long-lasting solution to it that could solve the problems in our society.
Yes. So I am the team leader. I work, and we meet on Monday. And I also ensure everyone does each or our.
I was in charge of collecting the stories of girls that have been sexually abused.
I'm in charge of drafting letters and present to the commissioners for women health, commissioner for women affairs.
I'm in charge of the collating. I'm in charge tired of the collating of questions and answers from the things physically. Thank you.
I'd like to talk on further improvement. We love to meet with sexual abuse facilitators so to sensitize and educate students and help them to release the trauma they have. And also, we would like to have a tracker in case if anyone notices any sexual abuse around. So they'll just log in and then we'll get it. Then we also like to have a USD. That is a hotline. Some of them may not have recharge card or they may not be able to call. So having the hotline will enable them to call us. And then I'll talk about the project scaling. We are in a relationship with the senior staff in UNICEF. So we would like to ask for more sexual abuse facilitators to teach and sensitize people about sexual abuse, the prevention, how they can interfere and solution, and also give them notes and exercise books.
All right, well done, ladies. You also mentioned, the challenges they had creating this platform for us, and I want to say that kind of attitude, just keep at it. Like that kind of attitude is, the biggest win for me for today. Yeah, well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we welcome Unique School, Ikirun.
My name is Absalam Saidat, a representative from Unique International College, Ikirun. Here with me I have
Alatunde Suliati, Vedalapo Ifemide.
Adeniji Ajaro,
Bakari Aisha.
Bello Sulaya.
6 months ago, 6 months ago, we are introduced to this Osun Girls Can Code. Then we are treated how to use HTML, app investors to solve some problems. Then the problem I saw in my society, I choose to use app investor to solve my problem. Then we choose to name our project Dietetic App. Dietetic App. This app is all about telling you what to eat and how to eat it. Like these days in Nigeria, we lack proper food, like proper intake of food. Then this app will tell you which food to eat in them, which food to eat, dinner, lunch, or breakfast. The food we'd like to take you, like this Nigeria, some people like taking gari, rice, as in our common food. Then this my food. This my app will tell you what to eat. Like taking.
Let's keep it down. Let's keep it down, please.
Like taking adequate, healthy food. What is healthy? Healthy is a state of being complete physical, social, and mental, and free from disease. Then this my app will help you to be healthy, be free from disease. Then I would like to try that to come and to conclude what I'm saying.
As we all know that earth is wet. In this life, we have to be healthy. As if, for instance, if you are not healthy, you can't be able to come to this place, to this program today. So you have to be healthy. So we decide to create an app that will help people in order to know what to eat so that they can be healthy. For instance, people taking carbohydrates every day. Do you expect that kind of person to live a healthy life? That kind of person cannot live a healthy life. So you need to complete your diet. So we decided to create an app named Dietetic App to be able to tell you what to eat in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening to make you stay healthy.
Actually, we created this app to reduce some diseases that are caused due to the consuming of unbalanced diets. I think that the main thing that causes unbalanced diet is ignorance. If people are not aware about on how to take their meal accordingly, it can lead to kwashiorkor. But with the help of our app, people will be able to know the food to take in the morning, and it can help them to take adequate meal accordingly. If you follow the instruction of our app, you'll be able to look healthier, fresher, and glower.
About this app, as you are seeing, the front end, you have to enter your name. You have to enter your name, click on manual, then the manual, we build and we get you to a page that you will see what you eat for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner.
This is very innovative. A lot of us, health is wealth, really, because if you amass all the wealth and you're not eating well, you can end up spending all your money in a hospital trying to treat diseases, like you said. So very innovative. And for some of us who are trying to lose weight and all of those things, this is very relatable to us. But my question would be, is it more like a food timetable?
Yes.
And is it downloadable? So if I access it, I can now download it, so that I don't have to go into the app all of the time. And even when I don't have internet, does that mean I will not eat until I have access to internet, because it's the app that is telling me what to eat? So that's my question.
No, it does not need internet.
There is no need of internet, since the app is already on the phone. If you have downloaded it on the phone, it does not require any internet.
Up next, we have Laro Grammar School. A warm round of applause for them.
Set I want. 120 men gang. Set I want. Akube Balenciaga gang.
Good day, everyone. My name is Olade Jester, and we are Team Laro representing Laro Grammar School, Okefia, Osogbo, Osun State. In the just concluded JSS3 Becker examination, we discovered that over 90% of students failed mathematics. And this statistics shows that mathematics is a challenge faced by the students, and there is a need to provide solutions to this problem. Hence, we decided as a team to build a mathematics application that will help to reduce the failure rate and aid mathematics interesting, fun field, easy and understandable. So I'm going to hand over the mic to my colleague.
Good day, everyone. My name is Olafemi Olabisi, a representative of Laro Grammar School. In contribution to what my colleague said, as we all know, that the world of today is predominantly space and controlled by the overwhelming influence of science and technology. Though mathematics has received a lot of special attention and emphasis, and there is a need to develop more on the use of the subject. For example, you can go check it up. Most schools that perform well in mathematics, in NECO, WAEC, and other exams like that, have developed very well. I've gone through the process of learning and teaching technologically, academically, and by chronological thinking.
This application has a landing page, which consists of two icons, which are Start Quiz button and the Lesson button. When you click on the Lesson button, it takes you to the video lesson where you can learn, after which you click on Start, which takes you to the quiz itself. This quiz is being termed and as well graded. So students can decide to retake the quiz or check the solution to the problem.
With all protocols duly observed, I'm Mebolua. Actually, we had intended to cover up the whole mathematics syllabus, but due to the time frame we only focused on quadratic equations. We also intended on creating a back-end tutor that will always be online in order to attend to the student questions. I believe if this is done and the application is incorporated into the school system, it will definitely have a positive impact in the student performance in mathematics and be extended to other subjects as well. Thank you.
In addition, here is a picture of how the app looks on the Android device and how it looks on the computer screen. Thank you.
Who would be the tutors on the platform? Are you going to be paying people, teachers to come on the platform, or when students want to sign up, or you're going to collect different YouTube videos or different tutorial materials already, and people can watch and download on your app?
Actually, we intend covering the whole syllabus of mathematics the topic quadratic equation. But due to the time frame we had, we are only able to focus more on angles and related topics like that.
No, what I'm asking is,
Yes.
who will teach us?
My colleague said earlier on that we wanted to create a back-end tutor that will always be online to attend to the students' demand.
So one person, you
Yes.
just have a back end.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you very much.
Our Lady and St. Francis Catholic College, Osogbo, popularly known as OSCO.
We are students of Our Lady and St. Francis Catholic College. I am Alabiolu Akpolola, and I'm here with Igbo Amamiri Jane, Oguntomi Adepeju, Famiwu Antonia, and Olaoluwani Femi. We are here to teach you and show you what we've learned so far from the Osun Girls Can Code training. We created a website called PUAMA, meaning Public Orientation About Mental Health Aggression. This website is meant to be an eye-opener on what mental health really entails and the importance of paying rapt attention to it in the society. According to the WFMH, 75 to 95% of people living in Nigeria are unable to access mental health services. We've heard of several cases, both offline and online, of how people take their lives due to their mental instabilities.
Mental health is not a destination, it's a process. It's about how you drive, not where you are going. We used Visual Studio Code to design our website. We used H3 tag in conjunction with the anchor tag to create the navigation bar. We also used the HR tag for the header row in the navigation bar. We created an enlightenment page and we linked it to an external CSS file. We named it this.html and we named the CSS file this.css. To move to the discovery page, you click on the next button.
You don't have to control your thoughts. You just have to stop letting them control you. Again, I am Oguntomi Adepeju. Now, back to coding. Moving forward to the discovery page. As you can see on the discovery page, we named it treat.html and started internally. And also, we use the paragraph tag to define the text content of the discovery page. And we use the video tag to insert the video. As you can see that there is a video. It was done by using the video tag. Now, at the end of the page, you can see two buttons, the back and next button. The back button is used to go back to the enlightenment page, which was earlier said by my fellow colleague. And the next button is used to go to the treatment page, which is used to provide possible treatments for people that are suffering from mental health disorder. Now on the treatment page. On the treatment page, we gave it a light blue background color and we created a div. The div with specified height and length to list some things on mental health and their treatment. And as you can see at the top of the page, there is a picture. That picture was inserted using the image tag. And now you are wondering how we actually came up with the treatments on it. It's simple. We use the H1 tag, which is used to easily write the treatments, using some other tags as well to position it very well. And then we also use the CSS file, short for Cascading Child Sheet file, to style the entire website to our page. And at the end of the treatment page, you can see a button right there, the home page, which is directly used to go back to the home page instead of having a series of back and next buttons.
We created a marquee for each page using the marquee tag containing our contact, which could be a medium of accessing us.
Well, we've come to realize that a lot is going on in our society. It's hard that an average Nigerian believes that anyone suffering from mental health issues is mad and should not be seen in the locality. But I put it to you all today that the people you see on the streets that you refer to as mad are better than the people that are flamboyantly dressed, whom you may not know anything is wrong with. And do you know that majority of them resort to to suicide and then take their lives. When we get the chance to go further on improving our website, we'll make sure that anybody going through our website has access to a psychiatrist, and also make sure that the people accessing our website will be able to book a spa session, because it has been proven medically that spa sessions also help in assisting your mental health status. Well, I would advise everybody today that it is very important to smile regularly because it helps and reduces pain.
Relax whenever you can. It's very, very common. Mental health is not a defect.
Mental health is very important. Thank you.
If you want to reach more people, how do you intend to scale it?
We hope that we can actually get in touch with a medical practitioner. Of course, you can see our contact there. But what's the usefulness of a contact when it's not able to reach to anyone? We want to actually stop this rate of suicide, killing, depression, slumping, and other stuff. So we actually want to help people. We can create a platform, a website platform, or we can call. And we hope to actually meet with a medical practitioner. We're even in conjunction with a medical practitioner who we are actually all familiar with.
How affordable will it be? Will it be for the poor or for the average man?
You don't have to pay for it.
Okay. So, all right.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Please, this afternoon, I'd like us to give it up as we welcome Akimade. A warm.
So the first song I'll be doing is, because of the nature of the event, I'll just be playing with my back tracks. Ogam Mr. Ashil, I see. Can you celebrate Shion Jacobs in the building, please? Yeah, it's titled Iratimbe, and I want to dedicate it to all the... Wow, Pastor Abel. Good day, sir. I hope I don't spend all my time greeting people. Thank you, DN. All right, so it's titled Iratimbe, and I want to dedicate it to all the females, all the ladies, and everyone. So, someone probably have told you that you couldn't amount to anything. I would like to let you know that there is hope. Let's do this, guys. All right, can you come up a little bit? Yes. Are you ready for this? All right, look to your neighbor and say, Iratimbe. Iratimbe. There is hope. I can make it. Are you ready for this? Come on, make some noise. Everybody. La la ile aye rogbodiyan rukerido. Jagidijagan ariyanjiyan otojusumi. Ìwà pálapàla, ìwà ìbàjẹ́, ìwà foolish. Ìjà lọ́tún, ìjà lósì, ṣógun láyé. Ìrẹ̀wẹ̀sì ọkàn, ìpànìyàn, fífipájọ ọmọ gbé. Òun kòrú ọkọ̀, òun gbé ní lọ́kàn sókè, yìí ń dání láàmú. Ìfipábánilò wá di ìtọ́rọ fọ́kálí láwùjọ. Àṣà ń gbàgbàkúgbà. Ìgò bẹ̀ta, ọmọ lọ́dún mẹ́rin nílé ìwé gíga, ó kàwé tán. Ẹni bó bá parí àgùnbánirọ̀ kó mú ṣíbí wá. Àsìkò pé ó bá ṣe tán wá fi fóònù lé yíká. Kò síṣẹ́, kò sówó, kò sóúnjẹ ẹnu bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n ní mọ̀dé yìí ò ṣàprápá gbé wọ́n ní. Kárí ọbọ̀ wọ́n ti fi ronú para rẹ̀ wá lọ́mú sniper yo. Kí ni ká ti ṣèyí sí, kí ni ká wí, kí ni ká sọ? Skopatumana. Everybody. Skopatumana. Jẹ́ ká gbé nínú ìṣọ̀kan. Everybody. Ká máa gbé nínú àlàáfíà. Let's live in oneness. Come on. Ṣebí ilé ayé ilé asán. This life is vanity after all. Ìjọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ ò tó sábà dábẹ́. Everybody. Jẹ́ ká gbé nínú ìṣọ̀kan. Everybody. Ká máa gbé nínú àlàáfíà. What you say? Ṣebí ilé ayé ilé asán. Ìjọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ ò tó sábà. I like this part. Look to your neighbor, say. Lágbájá má para rẹ̀ o. Làkàṣègbè má kókò so. Lámọ̀rí ohun tí ò tó ń bọ̀. Everybody just say. Lágbájá má para rẹ̀ o. Làkàṣègbè má kókò so. Lámọ̀rí ohun tí ò tó ń bọ̀. Two more times, say. Lágbájá má para rẹ̀ o. Làkàṣègbè má kókò so. Lámọ̀rí ohun tí ò tó ń bọ̀. One more time, come on, say. Lágbájá má para rẹ̀ o. Làkàṣègbè má kókò so. Lámọ̀rí. Mama chichi, pako, ah, hey. You not stop. Don't be joke. Everybody. What you say now? Come on, we get in there. Everybody. Are you on start with your hands like this? Let me see you from left to right. Say, woo! You shall rise. Shimasu. I want you to look at your neighbor. Say, check Kori and play dondo. Everybody say, check Kori and play dondo. This is my best part. I know we're gonna get there. Everybody, lift your voice. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ṣọ́ra ṣe. Dákun jọ̀wọ́ mo nílò rẹ. Can we do that one more time? Let's go. It says there is hope. Just believe that it's gonna be fine. My brother, my sister, be careful. Do not do harm to your neighbor. Come on, let's make it beautiful. Come on, sweet sound one more time.
This program with some really cool souvenirs. Unfortunately, another of the Nigerian factors has ensured that we don't have them here just yet. They have been sent since last week, but a service provider, I don't want to mention it so it doesn't look like I'm being bad publicity for anyway. A service provider has not delivered us to this point, and you would expect that they are the fastest in Nigeria. So, this is an award of recognition presented to Osun for being a trailblazer in technology.
Thank you so much for this award. I collected it on behalf of Ademola Aladekomo. We can assure you that we will partner with Osun State and will continue to do that. We have to ensure your work with and we increase the space to accommodate more. Thank you so much.
Oracle represented by I don't want to know their names. Award of recognition presented to Oracle Anthem to appreciate the contribution to the advancement of STEM education for young girls in Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Oracle Academy remains committed to advancing computing education globally, and we also have a special bias for girls right away. We work with partners like Dietetic. Actually, in August, I think they have a boot camp that was sponsoring also. So we're open to those kind of collaborations because we want to bridge the number one digital skills gap, then also the gender gap in digital skills literacy. So please feel free. We love you girls. Keep pushing. And I'm hoping you'll come again for the second return, of course, a bigger opportunity that matters to them to present to us at Oracle Academy. Thank you very much.
We're going straight to a bit of the pattern. I know that right now some hearts are racing so fast. Have you gotten the whole Australia soundtrack? And the players? Just give us something. Give us something, please. Alright, so for the top position, right, we have. For the top position, we have a couple of people that were tied. But at the end of the day, we decided that we're going to give the top position to 2 schools, right? Because they amazingly well. They end up the same number of points. Alright? So before I call the top position, also from the panel of judges, we also wanted to mention this school specifically. Shakina College in Kiro, because you guys presented the platform, actually was almost finished, right? And for that, we'll give you guys points. But right now, we're going to the third position for today. The first third position winner is Crystalline Montessori Academy Osogbo. Are you ready? Are you ready? Baptist Girls Grammar School Osogbo. Place winners, Crystalline Montessori Academy Osogbo and Baptist Girls Grammar School Osogbo. Congratulations.
Hey guys.
So for the top position, right? Because the original prize money for the top position was 5,000 naira, right? And then now we have 2 winners. But eventually, from the general resolution of one of the judges and also from the convener, we have agreed to increase the prize money for the top position to 66,000 naira.
So the second position, that is the first runner-up out of many.
The winner is not Crystalline Montessori Academy Osogbo because they already won the competition. And also, the winner of the second position is not Baptist Girls Grammar School Osogbo because they already won the competition.
And the winner is not Osogbo International University High School. The winner is Oasis Royale!
I think we are here, I'm sure we are all waiting to hear who is the first person. But before I call the first person, may I tell you that this is not just prize. The real prize is the seed we're sowing today for fulfillment and for Osun State to become Silicon Valley of Nigeria. I would like to see you achieving that. That is the real prize we're giving here today. This is just a cash to reward you. And I want you to be part of that Silicon Valley of Nigeria, which is Osun State, when we get there. I'm sure by this time next year, it will be bigger than this. Yeah. Thank you. Congratulations.
Here today and a grand finale, and I'm bringing one of the heads that has put all of this project together, and I'm going to be asking him to introduce himself, the position he's taking, and what next.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Precious Olusele Fred, and I am the Programs Officer at Matador's Leadership Institute.
Okay.
So yeah, we wanted to see how technology can advance for young people, and that's why we're able to create the opportunity, starting with the girls, using the girls as a case study to what can be done if more investment is made. Yep, we're done with this today, and we are looking at a way we can create a community where we can bring other tech enthusiasts together, bring these young girls together to see how they can be mentored, how they can be trained, and how they can be helped to take what they have done to another level. And yes, we're not just stopping with the girls. We want to see how guys, everyone can benefit, because we believe that technology is now, it's no longer the future. So we must bring in resources together, getting partners, getting other stakeholders, getting government, and getting other persons to be part of what we have started, because we can't do it alone.
I want to ask a question that I know I can almost guess the answer.
Okay.
The question is, doing this, are you fulfilled?
I am super fulfilled. On a very sincere note, it hasn't been easy. From the training, going to different locations in Osun State, cohort 1, cohort 2, cohort 3, cohort 4, cohort 5. It hasn't been easy, but yes, the joy is that at last we're able to see the seed we've sown materialize, and we're super excited, and that's what Matadors is all about.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
God bless you. If anything like this would come up, nobody would have thought about Osun State, and because there's a mindset that people used to have about the Osun State, a state of will I call it third world? Don't mind me, but this set of people have been able to make this happen in the city or in the state of Osun, and in particular in the city of Osogbo. So I'm about to bring someone to you that will be telling us what inspired them. Was it the money behind it? I don't know. Your name and
My name is Tomisin Olatoye. All right, so the Osun Girls Can Code project came out of an assessment of the need for young girls to be exposed to the current changes in the world, and which is the use of technology. Now, it was observed that most people that are involved in technology, yes, there are more boys, and then we wanted to have a situation whereby girls also can compete favorably with the guys in the tech space. So that was what brought about this idea. Number one, to bridge the gender gap in technology, and then particularly for Osun State, to make Osun State also a hub for technology. Not much is said about technology in Osun, even though we know that there are some individual persons that are making use of technology, but we wanted to create a place whereby Osun State can have a hub where people can come into, and then we can say, okay, there is this thing going on in Osun State with respect to technology. So these are some of the things that battered this vision to carry out this project.
Thank you. Battered this vision. If I'm going to ask you, did you see this success today?
Yes. We're actually glad to and pleased to see the remarkable success that we envisaged at the beginning of this project. Of course, although with that, there are still one or two potholes around the project, because yes, we wanted to involve girls in secondary schools, but of course, again, we're looking at the possibility of engaging the public schools more because of the depth of exposure. You agree with me that those in private schools, one way or the other, have more exposure. They have the exposure, but we wanted the public schools to have that exposure also, so that they can also be able to compete with their colleagues in the private schools. So that was why in selection of schools that were engaged in the project, we dealt more with the public schools.
I think you will agree with me if we change this code from Osun Girls Can Code to Osun Girls Are Now Coding. Thank you very much. Everybody, let's live in oneness. Come on. This life is vanity after all. Everybody, what you say? It's your head. I like this part. Look to your neighbor, say,